But
you know, there's a lot of subtleties here about this thing that are pretty interesting.
this stuff is unbelievable.
It's extremely strong.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's so structurally sound.
All you're complaining.
I did complain about it. That thing takes a beating, doesn't it?
I'm Shane Stoffer, and I have been in the RV business going on nearly 2 decades, and I'm here to dig deep into what it takes to build something better than anything else out on the market. This is Behind the Build. We're back at the Pause Factory here in Ligonier, Indiana, with our friend and expert, John Romer. John has a wealth of knowledge about off-road trailers and has been awarded for his mods and innovation. Today, he's here to dive into what makes the Pause Reboot so unique, starting with the most crucial piece of the trailer, the aluminum frame. Some people can't even appreciate it when they come and look at it because they don't even know what they're looking at.
You mean appreciate the frame? Oh,
right, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have owned trailers over an amount of time to even appreciate it.
To start with, John, was it all over?
Yeah. Well, I never had a motorhome, but I had a Thor toy hauler before I had the Oliver, and it was a real clunker. I got rid of that right away. I went to Oliver.
You kind of progressed through everything.
Yeah.
Oliver's a pretty decent trailer.
Oh, Oliver's a good trailer, but they're like a casita. They're real basic, you know.
They're not made to go off-road.
No, they're not, and they're, you know, there's no headroom in them, and you know they're old-fashioned. They're good, but they're really, you know, they're just different. They have a nice aluminum frame too.
Yeah.
And they have really excellent fiberglass work. They just are magicians. And I helped them fix some problems with them too. That was with the trailers.
This is good. He'll be a great resource for helping fix things.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, Scott Oliver, the owner of it, called me up and he goes, "Hey, John, I want you to come to the rally." And I go, "Well, it's 2,000 miles away. I don't know about it." He goes, "No, I want you to come." He goes, "I'll pay for the whole thing. You just come on out." And then I got out there and they brought me up in front of the whole group and awarded me for coming up with an innovation on their tanks.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look at this. See how
I know that is really beefy. It's really good to see that.
this aluminum is so thick too.
Once you decide to make this outrigger piece, like we were talking about earlier.
So this is what.
Then you had to do all this, design these brackets up and all that. And I know that
we wanted to get it wider. That's the reason.
Yeah, you wanted to get it wider.
That's the reason why we did.
And you couldn't move the wheels out.
We couldn't move the wheel because we were
already.
We were at max, so we had no choice but to do it like that.
Yeah. Well, this is the right way to do it anyway, because the wheel sticking out beyond the body, it's got the disadvantage of on roads it's harder to drive it, and it's got the disadvantage of having still a small body. You don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
It's positive.
Yeah.
But with this, it's fine.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
The Reboot's aluminum frame is huck riveted for incredible strength, with added outriggers or cantilever for stability and a wider body. Now let's take a look at what sits right on top of this frame, the Reboot floor. Built from a composite panel that's as tough as it gets. Let's check out why this floor is so essential to the overall build.
Yeah, and when you went from the Pause design to the Reboot design, then you had to put these outriggers on here. So that changed the whole thing.
we went wider.
Yeah, I know you did, but that meant too that the wheels aren't outside the frame like they are on the Pause.
Well, that's because of you. You're complaining.
I did complain about it.
That is partially one of the reasons why it happened.
We wanted the floor plan
Maynard,
wider.
John always says, "Man, that thing, the wheels just stick out and it looks goofy." And he was like,
"There's no body that makes up for it." And
should
all
we
of a
bring
sudden
it
I
up?
looked at this and I go, "Wait a minute, this is not so bad,
Yeah, there you go. See, you asked and Maynard delivered.
Guys are really responsive.
I'm not joking. It is.
It's funny.
You and a couple people said it.
This looks like it really holds screws well.
It's incredible. Yeah.
It's all thermally bonded together instead of laminated.
And it's no thicker than plywood. It can still span, for a floor and everything.
Extremely strong.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, you can take this out, and they had this on like some different platforms, and they dropped a slug from the roof all the way. And this is the one that we've taken.
That's real world testing, right? As though that's really going to happen.
Yeah. But then they had how many people did you have standing on that?
When we built
15 to 20 people.
Yeah, when we built our first roof.
Yeah. These walls, we cut out a piece of it,
Oh yeah.
and then we put two little, just not even like drywall screws. And me and a guy were doing a tug of war.
Yeah.
And we couldn't pull the screw out. Yeah,
Wow.
we put pliers on it, each side of it, and we're just yanking as hard as we could. This stuff is unbelievable. So this is for the floor, right? And is that it? Yeah, this is the floor. Yeah. The composite floor on the Reboot is no joke. Thermally bonded and strong enough to take a hit from a sledgehammer. It's the same type of panel as the walls in the Pause units. It has a high R value for insulation, just like the walls, so it's designed to handle anything from hot summers to chilly winter nights. Speaking of walls, let's see how the insulated aluminum framed walls add even more durability and protection to the Reboot.
All the way around the perimeter.
Correct.
Where the aluminum in the side walls meets the aluminum in the back wall, for instance, and then screws come right on through and just screw the whole thing together. Yeah.
And then he put the turn-on tape on all.
Yeah, they turn them on tape
all
over the whole
seams,
thing.
All the seams and everything.
It's just great.
Before we put the extrusion on top of it.
And he rolls that out and make sure there's that tape.
Don't touch anything with it because you'll never get it off again.
Well, the nice thing is and the extrusions don't go into the inside, right?
That's right. No, that's
the biggest issue.
That's right.
Like,
well, not only that, but the extrusions, the body panels slip out of the extrusions.
yeah, because
They're not. For some reason, there's a different expansion rate or whatever it is. They're not stuck in there. But in this case, everything is bolted with those big, badass looking bolts.
lag. You want to take that as a souvenir?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if Maynard might not like that. You're gonna have to log that for. Look at that. Yeah, it cuts its way in. Yeah, this is designed for wood, but this is designed, looks like sort of for aluminum too or something. And it's really a nice screw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and if that turn-on tape goes on right, it should never leak on those edges.
Well, it's so structurally sound the way it's all screwed together with aluminum all the way around, and then with the turn-on, there's no way it can leak. And it's got so little chance of thermal bridging.
So what Maynard's done with this wall is he's done that thermal barrier.
Yeah.
Remember how that was on the X22?
Yeah.
But he did it on the inside,
Yeah.
which I thought was kind of strange because he's putting it so it's all one piece all the way across so you can see it. See that?
Yes.
So the studs are set in
Right.
1/2 inch.
Yes.
So you're not going to actually have a stud that's touching.
Yeah, because the other ones
exterior.
on frosty mornings
You
or
would
on
see
dew mornings, I went out and pencil marked all the way around on mine. I knew exactly where the studs were. I could draw them right on the side of the
I would
trailer.
imagine it's going to be harder to do that on
Yeah,
this
it will be.
because of that
Yeah.
that style, right?
Yeah.
But that's interesting because he put his on the inside and he's putting this on the outside.
Yeah.
The outside makes more sense to me.
It
This is a
seems like-
high-end Riverstone last week. I took a picture of it on a dewy morning. You can see where every stud is at.
Oh yes, right.
This is a high-end fifth wheel.
Yeah.
But see, with our 1/2 inch
Yeah.
on top, you won't see that.
Yeah.
and it's not even frozen. It's just that it was dew that
It was
morning.
just dew.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way the X22s are.
And then inside the roof, it's on the interior. So when your heat rises, it has a hard time going through.
Well, this is probably going to make the outside smoother as well because you don't have the studs in contact with there. It seems like it might just make it look a little bit flatter or whatever.
So you see,
Oh, is that the Eternabond tape?
we're doing this. We always try to. Your side pieces you go underneath, and then this piece will run over top of it. So when any water runs down, water runs in through there, it'll just
Overlap.
yeah.
I see what you mean, yeah.
When they put these walls together, there's a gap here.
Yeah?
So they fill that with foam and they scrape that off and put the turn-on tape over it.
Oh, that's nice.
So there's no voids anywhere.
No, this is going to be way better.
It may be awkward too.
This right here is going to be sealed really well.
Yeah,
The only place you're going to get dirt or dust would maybe be through the door or
yeah.
if you didn't close a window.
Yeah, you'll never get any, right.
Yeah, you're never going to get anything through the actual.
Yeah.
Because these just go, the seals right through the turn-on tape. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, on the floor, we set the walls on a piece of foam tape.
Oh, The walls come down, the wall, but a separator between the floor and the wall. There's a piece of foam
Yep,
tape.
a foam tape that we run with no seams.
Yeah, that's good.
And then you screw into it, and that kind of creates a sill or something.
And then that's screwed right up underneath this with a slant right here. There's one right there.
Yeah, yep. I mean, where the wall meets the floor, we'll have a foam tape in there.
Yeah. So up in front, this is the part I was asking Maynard about earlier. Right here, you got the edge of the floor. This is the part I was asking you about right here. You see there's the edge of the floor and this goes right on through it.
Yeah.
But that's good weather resistant, I guess. And
That goes all the way into aluminum extrusion though.
Right. We've got it sealed off.
The walls on the Reboot are insulated and mechanically secured with screws and Eternabond tape. The tape adds an extra layer of leak protection, which is crucial for the unpredictable weather conditions. Now that we've got the walls covered, let's move up to the roof. With the same type of construction as the walls, this roof system is designed for strength and durability.
Let's see, the roof, the side rail and the roof rack is all one extrusion. This goes from here to here. This is all one piece. This
it's
is all
kind of a
bent
big
together.
Z shape.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that roof rack is all, and then all our securement is through the side, not through the top. So we're trying to limit how many extrusions or how many holes we put in through the top.
Yeah,
So we're
I
trying
see.
to do this. But yeah, it's all one piece. But these solar panels, they're not secured to the roof per se. They're secured all to the roof rack.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this is all one piece, Shane. This extrusion from here all the way up to here, that's all bent. Then it's all screwed in from the side.
Yeah, and then when you put that,
So we don't have as many screw holes through the top.
Yeah.
when you put that awning on and it tries to torque that, it's a lot of that load's going into those cross members that are going straight across.
That gets screwed to the body of the unit, into that.
Oh, the framing, the perimeter frame, or aluminum frame.
It doesn't go.
It's not all off this.
No, but some of it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's backers in. I mean, it'll get screwed into the sidewall.
Yeah. But it gets some of its strength from the frame.
Well, it's screwed onto here.
Okay.
Here. You have a backer in the wall.
Right.
Plus all that.
All the
aluminum and wood, stuff wood.
What?
in there.
Eternabond tape.
It's underneath here. The Eternabond tape is under there, so you can't see it. It's all covered.
So is that one of the tank vents
Yeah, you
there?
can see it.
That is, yes, correct. That is the tank. The two tanks get tied together. And
Oh, a common vent coming up. So that wall is between the
Yeah.
Look at all that
refrigerator
real estate
and the
wasted.
bathroom.
Correct.
Premium real estate.
Yeah, mine is really an outdated early model. It doesn't, it doesn't become applicable the way you're doing it now. Mine.
Yours should be the same as this.
Yeah, I know, but every week you got something brand new to
Ah.
completely change the whole plan, right? So is that Eternabond?
Yeah.
Is that finished right now?
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? That stuff
Yeah.
is so good. It
There,
goes
you
right out
don't
the
have to
window.
worry. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think it's really interesting that you included a skylight as well as the.
Well, what my eventual goal is that skylight is going to be replaced, and we're developing a rooftop tent that's going to fit up here
Oh.
with a queen size mattress in.
Oh.
And your access to the tent will be through the skylight.
Oh. Wow.
So that's
That's the long-term thinking.
We don't
That'll
have-
be next week, probably, right?
I wish, but we don't have it quite done yet. But yeah, but that's the long term goal.
Designing it still. The Reboot roof is another example of smart design. It's not flat, it has a radius roof, which means water will run off of it. The roof rack and the side rails are on one continuous extrusion secured to the wall frame and brackets, which reduces the needs for additional holes in the top of the trailer, preventing potential points of leaks. Solar panels are mounted instead of on the roof, directly on the rack. It wouldn't be a true off-road trailer without the right suspension. Let's check out the MORride air suspension, designed to handle rugged terrains with ease and give you a smooth ride no matter where you're headed. Look at this suspension.
Here's a pretty good viewpoint of the
Oh
suspension.
yeah,
You
that whole. Excuse me.
see the
Get a
airbag.
picture. Yeah, that's another thing I really like about it is this whole
Beautiful.
truck assembly that the trailer sits on.
Put
You
it
know,
in.
there's a lot of subtleties here about this thing that are pretty interesting, and I noticed that if you look at the front of it here, this is welded at a slight angle because you've got numerous play points in there, and you don't want the wheels looking like they're squatting. So it's like preloaded in advance inward. So when you put the weight of the trailer on there, the wheels will be standing straight. I think that's why that's made at an angle like that.
I never even noticed that. Yeah, they're 4,400 pounds right here. It says.
4,400 pounds.
Yeah, they're 4,400 pounds.
I see.
It says right there, 4,400 pounds.
You know, the Black Series swing arms are rated for 3,000.
Yeah, each one.
Each one.
Yeah.
Swing arms rated for 3,000 mass.
So I think that 4,400 pounds is for one axle.
Oh, okay.
So it would be
So it'd be
together.
88.
It'll be 80,
rated.
80, yeah.
Well, the GVW of the trailer was 85 or 86 or 84 or something.
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
they do that.
So that would add up too, and
Yeah.
it would fit that.
Yeah,
And
those
oh,
decks.
so if you blow out one of those bags somehow or chafe one or something, then I guess you can get them, huh?
Yeah, there's
Those bags are supposed to be the same thing as what trucks and stuff use.
semi-trucks.
Semi-truck.
Oh.
Yeah.
So all of the fittings and everything you're gonna see here is gonna be a standard semi-truck fitting.
Oh.
So we actually had an issue with one. It was our fault. It wasn't your fault. We put it on a Romer X and we slammed it into a rock and broke broke some of these. And we went down to a Love's truck stop and bought a bunch of fittings.
Wow.
Came back and fixed it. So
Wow.
the guy we sent out, one of our guys, Kobe, we're like, I said, go to a Love's truck stop. The guy at Moride said they're truck fittings, so just go to the truck stop.
Right.
He stopped at Ace, Home Depot, Lowe's,
No, it doesn't matter.
nothing. Went to Love's, got it all the fittings, and came back and it worked.
That's great.
So I think that was the idea, that any semi-truck place could get you what you need.
Yeah.
And the Bilstein shocks.
Yeah, Bilstein shocks, that's a really good idea. Those are progressive shocks. You know, the faster they move, the harder they stiffen up. So it's perfect. You can go across the desert fast, or you can go real slow and get a smooth ride out of them. They work either way. And they're easily available.
Yeah. And they're not like just knockoff, no-name brand.
No, that's
cheap
right.
ones from China that
That's right.
Oops,
And
out
they're
oil.
not overkill either, like King shocks or something that cost $1,000 a piece or something. You know, they're easy to get and they
Yeah.
work well.
But
Yeah.
then you have these valves on the side, John, where, so the air compressor gave out.
Oh, yeah.
You got a
I
different air
noticed that.
compressor, you could still blow it.
Fill it out
Fill it up.
remotely. Yeah, with a chuck.
And then this here is if you want to air down your tires and you want to blow your tires back up
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
So
And
you can-
there's one of these air chucks on the other side.
on the other side too, yeah.
And that's really nice.
But
That is
the
really
valves
nice.
are both on this side.
Yeah, look at this. Look right here. So there's just two bolts. This whole thing is a cover. Look down here. You can see there's just these two
Oh
bolts
yeah.
to be able to pull this off if you ever need to access
Right.
this stuff right
Yeah, that's real sweet.
That's a good little spot to.
So there's a key, but this is because it doesn't have the feed line coming in yet. That's what it is. Yeah, got it. Boy, that's really nice. I like that propane quick connect you put on too. That's right behind the wheels on the.
How far,
that's
like
really
on the
nice.
outside. Then we put this tape on, so goes between the aluminum and
Oh
the
yeah.
steel.
Stop galvanic corrosion.
Yeah.
Look at this. You have a limiting chain too right there.
Oh, yeah,
Wire.
a limit strap.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing takes a beating, doesn't it? So is there strict specs for how much suspension travel you should set it at? How far to stop away from the axle? Like I noticed mine out there sitting a half-inch off now. That's too low.
Well,
for
we
riding
have
on the highway. Seems
On the
like.
side here,
With,
this
yeah,
here
there's an
should
indicator,
be
yeah.
in the green. Should be in the green
Should be in the green level.
when
yeah.
you're driving down the highway.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what that translates to, but it's got almost 12 inches of travel, so
Yeah.
there's plenty to mess around with.
Yeah. I've just noticed I'm always adjusting it within. It's not dead on. It depends on the truck and the person.
Seems like on the highway you could set it a little bit lower. It wouldn't
Yeah.
hurt.
Well, I don't think it does.
But even if the airbags gave out, there's a bump stop in there. So
Yeah,
you,
there's a
you
bump
can
stop.
you can still drive it.
Yeah, there it is, bump stop. Yeah, it'll just come down on the axle, that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's not going to be quite
And
as
if
nice
the
to
compressor
ride.
goes out, like you were saying, you can air up here
Yeah.
and get it going anyway.
So
Independent suspension has really taken over now, isn't it?
It's so funny. You didn't see it anywhere hardly.
No, that's right.
And now this stuff is like.
The one thing about independent suspension, though, that's interesting is that you really need to have the trailer towed level. where when you have an equalizer in there with leaf springs, you can be off of level, and the equalizer makes up the difference, and they still put equal pressure on the ground. But with independent, it's pretty important to tow the trailer level.
Yeah, for sure.
But the way that you've shown in your videos how it's stepping down off of cliffs and stuff with it, it's wow.
Isn't it so fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
Today we've seen the unique components that make up the Pause Reboot, from the huck riveted frame, the solid composite floor, to the insulated aluminum walls and radius roof, and the rugged MoreRide suspension. Each piece is built with precision and innovation in mind to create the trailer ready for any adventure. Next time, we're taking things a step further. We'll be headed to the MoreRide factory to meet with their engineers and answer some of John's most challenging questions. So stay tuned for the MoreRide components to see if they're durable and reliable enough in John's opinion. Join us as we go even deeper into what's behind the build of the Pause Reboot. Thanks for joining us today. Click the link in the description for the free brochure on each of the Pause Reboot trailers, and stay tuned for more episodes as we continue to take you behind the build of the all-new Reboots.